Hello there everyone and welcome once again to the Performance Centre here at Howley Hall Golf Club in Leeds. My name is Ryan Rastall, PGA professional here at Howley Hall and equipment expert for Golfshake.com. Today I'm going to try and show you the difference between three different models of the same company's driver. So this time of year, new stuff is coming out all the time, and we've just had the release of the new Paradym driver from Callaway. Now, a lot of people ask, is it any better than last year's, or the year before's, or the year before that? So what I'm going to do today is put the last three Callaway drivers through their paces, show you the numbers here when we hit them on the TrackMan here in the Performance Centre, and also kind of give you a bit of a rundown of the tech of each one. All three of these drivers, incidentally, are ones I've used. I've played in tournaments with them. I've played some good golf with them. I've played some bad golf with them. But to start with, epic speed. Okay, so this is a driver that I had in the bag. Came out in 2021. I absolutely loved it, and to be honest, it's been kind of the benchmark for every driver I've used since, to try and beat how well I hit this. The ball speed I get with this is generally very good. The distance has always been good, and it's probably the best I've hit driver in a long time in terms of the distance and accuracy. The next one, obviously last year's driver, Rogue ST. So again, I played with this most of last season. I was kind of between the epic speed and this. To be honest, couldn't really tell that much. This was just much more accurate when I've used it, so it was much more forgiving. I don't think, if you're using it for the whole season, was it as long as my epic speed? I don't think it probably was, but did I hit more drives in play? Yes, I did. So the accuracy was there over epic speed, in my opinion. So we'll see whether it backs that up when we look at it on the data later as well. And obviously I have the new Paradym Triple Diamond here as well that I'm going to hit. I'm going to use the same shaft in all of these. So it's a shaft that I've used when playing for the last few years. So it's even flow white, extra stiff, 65 gram. I'm going to use the same shaft in all three of these drivers, just so that we've got a fair fight and a decent comparison. Now, they're all similar loft. So I've got 9 degree in the Paradym and epic speed, and 10.5 in this Triple Diamond S in Rogue ST, which I'm going to try and loft down just 1 degree, so it's 9.5 degrees. So they're pretty close. So we'll have a bit of a look at how they perform on there as well. That's a very brief look at all three of these drivers. We have done more in-depth reviews of them. Check them out on the channel as well, so you can see those when we've used them last year with Rogue ST and the year before with epic speed. And we've obviously also just done the review of Paradym, so to check those out on the channel too. But let me stop talking, let's get in the net, let's hit some shots on the TrackMan and see exactly how each of these perform. So we'll just start off hitting a couple with epic speed, okay? Like I said, this is a driver I used for just over a season really when I was playing, and absolutely loved it. The numbers I get in here are generally pretty good with it, but also out on the course I feel like I can hit lots of different types of shot with it. I like to move the ball both ways when I'm playing out there, and I found that really easy to do with this. So let's just hit a few and see how it goes. But in terms of looks, it's obviously more of a gloss kind of finish to the top of the driver there. We've got the Callaway chevron on there as well, which the new Paradym Triple Diamond doesn't have, so that's gone off the top of there. But yeah, we can see that kind of carbony kind of effect on the top of it as well. But again, fills you with confidence. The head, I think, still looks quite big when you sit it behind the ball, which I quite like. So let's hit a couple of shots with it and see exactly how it performs. It felt pretty good. A little bit high, but in terms of distance, it's pretty good. It's carried 290 on 311, which, like I say, it's a driver that I absolutely love, to be honest. But let's hit a couple more. So you can see I've hit a few already, and they're all around that same sort of distance. Let's just hit one more. Yeah, it felt really good. It was a better strike probably that time as well. Yeah, we got a little bit more distance out of it. So yeah, 291 carry, 313 total. again, I mean, like I say, it's a driver I absolutely love, and who knows, this may be in my bag this season again, but let's try Rogue ST as well and see exactly how that compares. The model I've got here is Triple Diamond S, which isn't actually a retail model. I was lucky enough to borrow it off one of our European Tour staff that we have here at the club, and I've been playing with it for a little while now. The S is similar in the way that Epic Speed was. That's what the S stands for. It's kind of that similar type of shape, and kind of works the same really in terms of the spin. But like I said, when I've used this, I've just found the accuracy slightly better with this, and the forgiveness kind of aspect of this driver was slightly better than the Epic Speed that I had before. So let's hit a few shots with it. As you can see, I've hit a few already. Some good, some not so good. But we'll have a look at the numbers at the end. But let's just hit a few just to see. I mean, looks wise, it's very different. We've got that kind of matte finish now on the top. We can definitely see that carbon sort of finish on there as well. Again, we've still got the Callaway chevron on there. Let's give it a hit. Not too bad. Yeah, decent hit that one. So that's 290, 317 total. So yeah, I mean, we're getting similar kind of distances to what we're getting that one. Hit it a little bit higher in the face. It's just come off with absolutely no spin, so it's ran quite a decent distance when it's hit the ground. But certainly a driver I really enjoy hitting, more from the forgiveness standpoint than the looks. I actually prefer the looks of Epic Speed, but like I say, the performance I've been getting with this has just been a little bit more accurate. Right, let's hit one more. Not quite as good a hit, but it's still gone pretty straight. 286 carry, 311 total. I say really low spin on that one as well. So those last couple, just been a bit higher in the face and just come out almost like a bit of a knuckleball kind of flight there. But let's move on to Paradym, have a bit of a look at that and see exactly how all these models compare when we look at the data. So this is 9 degree, I've set it down at 8. So the other two drivers that I've had have been 9 in the Epic Speed, set at 8, and in the Triple Diamond S in Rogue ST, been 10.5, set at 8.5, okay? So let's have a few hits with this. Now, like I say, from me hitting this, well, only had it for probably 3-4 weeks now to do reviews and testing with, I've found it pretty quick. The spin's been quite low as well compared to some of the other drivers that we've tried that are coming out this year. I've obviously hit a couple already, which have been decent, so let's try and hit a few more, give you a bit of feedback. But looks wise, the chevron's gone now on the top of here, so a bit of a cleaner look. We can see this kind of weight port in the back there. Again, that triaxial carbon kind of finish on the top, and that contrast between the face cup and the carbon crown obviously is a little more noticeable than we see on the other drivers that are a bit cleaner sort of look. But let's have a hit. Yeah, horrible strike, but again, one of those high ones in the face that's come out like a bit of a bomb there. So I mean, we've still got it 295, which obviously isn't terrible, but like I said, the strike didn't feel particularly good, but it's gone straight. Bit of forgiveness in there as well, so let's try a few more. Better hit, might have just pulled it a little bit. Yeah, just on the left hand side, but 278-ish carry, 307 total. Spin now just at 2.2, but yeah, that felt a bit more solid and a bit more out in the middle of the golf club. Let's hit one more. But again, really like the looks of it. It looks shape-wise, it's quite similar to that Triple Diamond S in the Rogue ST, but the feel off the face is quite similar to Epic Speed. It seems to come off quite nice and quick, which I really like. And certainly I think we're probably edging ball speed a little bit higher with this than we will be with the others, but we'll see when we look at the data. Not good, but straight, and 298 again. Again, pretty poor strike that. But let's have a bit of a look at the data, see how all these have performed. I'm going to hit a few more shots with each one as well, probably get to about 10 with each one. And then we'll have a bit of a look at the data, see exactly how each one of these has performed throughout the shots that we've hit, and see if there's a definitive winner. Let's have a quick look then at the numbers that we're getting with these. So let's look first at the comparisons, okay? So you'll look at that and basically they're very similar, as you'd probably imagine. So let's look at epic speed at the top there first. So 169 miles an hour ball speed, 169 miles an hour for Rogue ST, and 170.7 for Paradym. So it's a little bit quicker on the 10, like I say, I've hit 10 shots with each. If we look at the carry, getting a little bit more with epic speed, maybe because the spin's that little bit higher than the others. Paradym being the lowest spin that we've seen there. So lower spin, bit more ball speed, sounds pretty good for Paradym at the moment. Very similar swing speed, so between 116, 117 miles an hour, which is pretty much what I'd normally swing at on the golf course, and I'm pretty happy with that. Carry, like I say, mid 280s. Paradym, incidentally, shortest carry. I don't know whether that's because the spin's a little bit lower. And height-wise, it's the lowest. So potentially with Paradym, I could look at lofting it up a bit. I might get a few more yards out of it, so that's maybe something I'll try. But yeah, I mean, there's nothing to split them really in terms of performance. If we were going to have a bit of a look at things like the looks and the feel, I would say looks-wise, for me, epic speed looks the best. I really like it. That nice glossy top with the chevron on the top of it, really like it. Rogue ST for me, not a fan of that matte kind of finish on the top of it. That's probably number 3 out of the 3, and Paradym in the middle there. I would, a lot of you don't like the chevron on the top of the driver. I would love that on top of Paradym Triple Diamond because I just think it looks a bit better. But feel-wise, Paradym definitely for me, it felt, as stupid as it sounds, felt faster off the face. The feel was really, Callaway drivers feel nothing like others out there on the market, and that's, you know, that's a huge compliment. They feel fantastic when you hit them, and the Paradym is even better than the ones that we've tried before, personally, for feel. But like we can see, performance-wise, there's not much to split them. If we look at dispersion then as well, so we can see here, there's not really much to choose between them either. If we look at the longest 2 shots that we've hit though, both of those with Paradym, there was 2 in a row that I hit that were kind of towards the 320 mark, which is pretty long really for me. And you know, if we're looking at averages, Paradym 309 average that I've hit there is the longest as well. But you know, if we actually drill down into the shots that we've hit here and have a bit of a look at those, when we look at the Paradym ones, so we've got a 318 and a 324 in there that were really, really good hits that just seemed to come off. Let's look at that 324, see what the difference was there. But you know, if we're just purely looking at that, the longest shot we've hit there, look, so it's come off with hardly any spin, really quick ball speed, 176 pretty much, launched quite low, 292 carry, 324 total. That's the longest shot I've hit in this session, and that was with Paradym. So yeah, I mean, that could just be a fluke. I've just made 2 really good swings in a row and they've gone miles. I don't know, but certainly those 2 jump out when we're looking at the dispersion. These 2 shots here, so another 318 that's come out, 293 carry, 318 total. They just kind of jump out at you as the 2 best that we've hit in the session. Now, if you've got a Rogue ST driver, should you go out and buy a Paradym one? Well, are you going to get any performance benefit? I would say on the basis of this, it's negligible. You may find loads, I don't know, but on what I've tried here, all with the same shaft in, all very similar settings and lofts, the performance has been quite similar. Yeah, obviously, go and test it, go and get properly fitted. If you've got a Callaway driver from say 4 or 5 years ago, maybe you'll see a bigger difference, something like the original Rogue or Epic maybe. Then you may, with Paradym, you may see quite a decent improvement in terms of ball speed and potentially forgiveness as well. but you may not. But I think what this test does say is that Callaway drivers are very good. They always make really good drivers. And like I say, I'm obviously a PGA Pro. I'm not a Tour Pro. I'm not an unbelievable golfer by any standards. I'm decent and probably an average club pro kind of standard. But if you are a higher handicapper or have never been fitted for a driver before, that's what will make the huge difference for you. But like I say, from the basis of the test I've done here, very, very similar results. All good. If I was going to pick one out the three, it would be the Paradym, I have to say, on the balance of looks and feel and the sort of shots I've hit, because obviously those two real long bombs that I've hit were both with Paradym, but that would literally be just because like the whole package I think is slightly better, so there is a slight improvement. But I think it also says that Callaway drivers are brilliant, and generally if you've got one that's within the last couple of seasons, it's going to be a pretty damn good driver, and especially if it's been fitted for you. But hopefully you've enjoyed that little review. If you want to pop some comments in the section below, you can do. More than happily answer all of your questions, anything about custom fitting or any of the new equipment that you're going to see on the YouTube channel in the next few weeks. Pop it down there as well. Hopefully you've enjoyed that, and we'll see you all very, very soon. And don't forget to watch all of our content on the YouTube channel here for Golfshake to help you play more and play better.